I'm here today because Brenda called me yesterday and said, we need somebody to speak. Can you do it? So here I am. I'm going to talk a little bit about my nonprofit. I am actually housed here in Georgetown at the Georgetown Professional Park at 20151 Office Circle. I've been incorporated since 2007. However, All About Pink has been slow going because I'm basically a one-man band. I have one board member and am recruiting currently for board members. All About Pink, as it says, is a support-based nonprofit health and wellness organization that strives to educate, empower, counsel, and support breast cancer survivors and those affected by breast cancer. Our vision includes helping our community to make educative lifestyles and health choices by offering health and nutritional education, exercise classes, support groups, retreats, and wellness activities. We believe that support comes in many forms, and we are dedicated to providing a multidimensional approach to encourage the well-being and survivors of their loved ones. We welcome you to become part of our vision. That's my website. Thanks to Brenda, she put my PowerPoint together, or had someone do it for me. So now I'm just going to get a little bit more involved as to how I got started. I am a 9.5-year breast cancer survivor, and as I was going through my treatments and that sort of thing, I started volunteering with the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition as a mentor. As I did more and more research, I realized that nutrition played a big part in survivorship and recurrence. So my sister stumbled upon a school in New York for nutrition. So she and I attended the Institute for Integrative Nutrition and became certified holistic health counselors. After graduating, I realized that I wanted to do something with nutrition for breast cancer survivors. Thus, that's how All About Pink came to be. I was declared a nonprofit in 2009, so like I said, I incorporated in 2007, didn't really do a whole lot with it, still trying to get through the battle. And then in 2009, I became a 501c3. What we do basically is hold retreats and workshops for breast cancer survivors and their families. We've had events at the Lavender Fields Farm, day events where people just come and celebrate life, basically. And then we've had overnight retreats at the Delaware Inn in Rehoboth Beach, where people come and talk. We have a nutritionist come and prepare meals and that sort of thing. And my most recent fundraiser was a Zumbathon that was quite successful in Lewis. I had a girl come from Atlanta to do this for me. She called me and said, you know, how can I help All About Pink? So she came from Atlanta and did the Zumbathon. And my upcoming event, where I'm actually recruiting people, we're going to have the first ever flash mob in Sussex County for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. So anybody interested, let me know. I'm trying to get 50 people on board. We're going to do it October the 18th, which is the weekend of the Jazz Festival in Rehoboth. If anyone's familiar with a flash mob, you just come out for 5 minutes and then you disappear. So it won't take much time. Our biggest achievement has been a breast cancer awareness license plate for the state of Delaware, which we're really proud of. I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is it, All About Pink. We're really proud of this effort. We partnered with DMV in January of last year. We had to have 200 people in order for them to proceed. And with social media, not on my part, but with social media, I got my 200 people in less than a month and a half. So it's growing as you're riding around. I don't know if anyone has seen the tag, but it always brings a smile to my face when I see it. So anyone interested in that, again, contact me. Brenda has a handout with my contact information on it. And I'm also a lay navigator for the Tunnel Cancer Center. And I run into a lot of people that say, do you work at BB Hospital? And I say no, but I have a nonprofit called All About Pink. And it's because I'm the poster child for Tunnel Cancer Center. So I don't know, many of you have probably seen this flyer. With that said, All About Pink is slow going, again, because it's just me. We do plan to start our nutrition classes in the near future. I am a certified Zumbathon instructor for 50 plus, and I will be instructing classes as well for breast cancer survivors with regards to Zumbathon. Again, my office is here in Georgetown. If anybody wants to get a hold of me, my information's on the flyer. Are there any questions? Yeah? Okay, bring it on. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Who would I contact for that? Do you know who I would contact? Pardon me? You have someone? Okay. Thank you. Yeah? Oh, okay. All right, we'll talk. All right. Thank you. I was actually in the Sussex County Journal last year. I think it was last year, or was it last year? Yeah. And that's basically all I've done. Again, because nonprofit, I'm basically the funder, other than the little small fundraisers that we have. So until I build up, enough money to be able to do that, it's quite expensive for me. However, the tag has been a good source of revenue for All About Pink. So with that said, at some point, hopefully I can. I have put events in the Cape Gazette because I know they do that for free through the public service area. So I have done that, but actually not a big article of All About Pink other than in the Sussex County Journal. Yeah.
I applaud you for being here today. Would you talk a little bit about, I've been blessed not to have gone through what you've gone through. Uh-huh. And sometimes we tend to go through things and not share or, get kind of enclosed within ourselves. Right. What has pushed you to this point of understanding that other people are going through things and more so need to be healthy? Mm-hmm. That's what you're providing, am I correct?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So what is the long-term goal here in the health and wellness of survivors that All About Pink is doing? The mission of All About Pink. What's the long-term goal of it?
The long-term goal is to eventually have a wellness center for breast cancer survivors. As a survivor, when you're diagnosed, and female, because men get breast cancer as well, you kind of, how do I want to say it? You kind of don't feel whole when you're diagnosed. So you feel like you're broken. So I thought, well, you know what? I need a place where breast cancer survivors can come and we all have gone through the same battle and all understand one another. So the long-term goal is to eventually have a wellness center for breast cancer survivors. That would include spa treatments where they wouldn't have to come and feel out of place or like they're broken.
My last question is about collaboration, mm-hmm. because you have All About Pink, but we also have the Breast or Cancer Survivor Coalition,
right.
Community Survivor Support Groups. Uh-huh. Do you collaborate and partner with?
I do. When I was first diagnosed, or shortly after my diagnosis, I became a volunteer and mentor for Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition. And have been on board with them for a while. I still volunteer for them, but not as much, just because I work full-time as a paralegal for community legal aid, and this is my part-time job. So I With that said, I really don't volunteer for them as much as I have, but I am one of their volunteers. I also have been a nutrition speaker at the wellness community. It's no longer called that now. It's cancer support community. So I do a lot with them as well. And again, the BB Tunnel Cancer Center, I am a lay navigator for that program, where we go out and educate folks on breast cancer and how important it is to get a mammogram.
Hi, I was just wondering if you thought about expanding your market a little bit to prevention, to people that have not had breast cancer yet, but speaking to them about nutrition. I mean, that might be a little extra moneymaker for you there.
I have thought about it, just haven't pulled it all together. But that is the key to eventually prevent breast cancer, so that by way of nutrition, fitness programs and that sort of thing, and to also prevent a recurrence of folks who have gone through the battle. So, great idea.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
Are there any other questions for Antoinette?
Here you go.
Here we go.
Waiting for everybody. Oh, thank you. Everybody had a turn, but funding is usually at the root of everything as far as some degree of success is concerned.
Right.
And you're trying to do this single-handedly, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you try to identify a number of nonprofits in the town that like to help people?
Okay.
American Legion, VFW, I think of, the Red Men, Elks in
The Rotary.
Lewis. I can name you a dozen and a half, most of which I have some part, small part, as being part of. But
Okay.
what my point is, as have many others, the point is little amounts of money are, say, 200 and down and things like that, but from enough sources could give you some funding that might give you enough to push you in a certain direction once you identify how you're going to accomplish it, what it's going to do, and what your projected results will be. A little bit of a, not a business plan, but just a little bit of a theory as to what you're going to do with the money.
Right.
And that could be a source, and it also could be a source of volunteers and a variety of other things that could be helpful. Just a off-the-wall thought
No,
for you.
good idea. So I can connect with you and you can.
Please do. I mean, there's many others certainly that could do that, but I'll give you a couple of ideas and maybe some other. Brenda certainly is well known around, and she's worked in nonprofits all of her life, and she knows her way around better than anybody I know, frankly.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
So,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm fibbing a little. You had that look like you didn't know, so I took some of it back. No, I'm kidding you. I'm kidding you.
Are there any other questions? Okay, what can we do as a community to support you and help you grow?
Well,
What
and Robert
can help you
Redford,
out?
is that what you call it?
Robert Redford, he can help you out.
Yeah, he's offered a lot of great ideas, and Brenda and Deanne as well. I guess the help with the college here, the interns, because like I said, I'm not computer savvy or tech savvy, so the social media event, my website is very limited. I go through Vistaprint. It's hard to get it to come up, and again, that's because of the budget. But if someone could help me with social media, fundraising, volunteering, and also, like I said, recruiting for board members, anyone who has a passion and feels compelled to give back. I'm looking for board members as well.